Hi everybody and welcome back to another Legends of Runeterra video and gameplay. Today I have a fun deck that I'm calling Rally Darkness, and this was a suggestion from one of my viewers and subscribers to combine the Nocturne Garen, champions together and work around rally effects and Nightfall. So in case you guys don't know, Nocturne, in order to level up, you need to have seen 5 or more Nightfall allies attack. Which is kind of difficult to do, honestly, especially if you aren't running him together with Targon. Targon has the other Nightfall package in it, and so if you run the two together with Diana and Nocturne, it's a lot easier to level up Nocturne, and you can do some I guess, kind of controlled aggro, so to speak. You kind of, gather up all of your Nightfall units, and then they're relatively cheap, so you can play them all the same round, level up Nocturne, and then potentially win the game, in kind of a one-turn kill combo. If you don't run Nocturne in Targon, you are reliant on his package from Shadow Isles attacking and leveling him up. And so the Rally helps us to level up Nocturne a little bit faster and more reliably and make him a little bit stronger as a champion. So yeah, we are pairing him with Garen, who, when he levels up, you need to strike twice, and then you rally every round. So that's on the enemy's turn. You get a rally effect as well, and are able to attack. Yeah, it just goes well with Nocturne and attacking with his Nightfall units. So, yeah, we need to make it as much use with these Nightfall units as we possibly can, and so we've got ways to create more of them. So we've got 2 fading memories, which will create a ephemeral copy of a follower that is on the board. So that can be your units, or it can be the enemy units. It's actually a pretty interesting card. You get a lot of variability out of it, and there's a lot of ways to use it. But yeah, you can use it on your Nightfall units and produce more of them, like the Stygian Onlooker, who's got fearsome. After you play a card, you get the Nightfall activated. You can get a 4/1 fearsome unit. It works well. The Fading Memories works well as a Nightfall activator, and yeah, it's a pretty solid card overall. We can also use this on things like Cursed Keeper, the Arachnoid Horror. We've got the Frenzied Skidder, Doom Beast. Basically, all of the cards that we have included in this deck are somehow related to creating a whole bunch of copies out of them and getting value out of those copies. Yeah, so we're running pretty much all of the Nightfall cards because of that. We have the Doom Beast. We've got Nocturne, we've got Stalking Shadows, we've got Unspeakable Horrors. All these cards are really working well to help us get as many Nightfall units as we possibly can and play them. The only one that we are not running is Dusk Rider, and I'll explain about that shortly. We don't want Dusk Rider because he's a 5 mana unit. He's kind of awkward to get out if you haven't had a ton of Nightfall units played, which is possible. I mean, it happens every once in a while. You just don't draw them, then this unit is pretty weak, and it costs 5 mana, so you don't even get a ton of good value out of drawing it from Stalking Shadows or from Fading Memories. Just overall, not a very good value card at 5 mana. You want to be able to play with Nocturne as many cards as possible in one turn so that you can get use out of his leveled up ability, where every time you play a unit you give enemies -1 and your allies have fearsome. So you want to be able to play as many as possible, and if you've got 5 mana units, then I mean, it's going to be kind of hard to do that. You're wasting all of your mana on a Nightfall unit that isn't very strong, and if you turn it ephemeral as well, just like, it's very easily going to be chump blocked by something, just not the most efficient unit to include in the deck. So yeah, so our kind of the late game kind of ending cards here, we've got Garen, of course, at 5. We are including 2 of the Rekindlers. Yeah, playing this deck, I've realized that Nocturne is quite susceptible to being taken out. I think with the Rekindler, it mitigates the deaths of Nocturne, and so you are more willing to block him into units in case, you have to kill a big unit or another big champion. It doesn't feel as bad to kill off your Nocturne, even though he's kind of your main win condition, because you got the Rekindler and you can, I guess, resurrect him and have him again. So the Rekindler is basically there for late game, if we get to late game, to reactivate these champions that have died if we have ended up needed to use them to block to save our skins here. Alright, and we're ending off the game with 1 Judgment. A lot of our units actually have a decent attack stat, and so including Judgment is a pretty good one-off, I guess, because we can get a sneaky attack with even like a Stygian Onlooker, who will have 4 you know, attack damage if you get the Nightfall ability off. Alright, and then yeah, we're just finishing off the game with our Relentless Pursuits. Really easy. You got all these fearsome units down. If the enemy doesn't block, and if they can't block, then you can just, you know, slap down a Relentless Pursuit and finish off the game. And really, that's how I won most of my games here. Yeah, pretty interesting deck concept. I would say overall there may be other deck concepts that work similarly to this. This is definitely kind of a splash of a different flavor that you don't see very often. I still would probably say that a Demacia, Shadow Isles, and a Relentless Pursuit Spiders deck may be just a little bit more efficient still, but this one is a more fun way, I guess, that people aren't running at the moment and could catch people by surprise if they don't know the deck list. So yeah, that's about it for this video. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and we will see you tomorrow. Thanks. Okay, so a Tarek Leeson deck here. We are going against yeah, I've had pretty good success against these types of decks just because it's hard for them to I'm actually going to keep all of these. It's hard for them to interrupt, I guess, our playmaking abilities. So like we've got Glimpse Beyond, so unless they're running a Deny, they can't really stop it. I'm going to pass again here. Ends up having Eye of the Dragon, so I'm going to play Stalking Shadows. But yeah, it's hard for them to interrupt kind of our game plan. And we get kind of a lot of value out of our cards and our playmaking. Alright, so we're just going to attack here. I want to get as much damage on him before he summons his little Dragonling. If he attacks with his Eye of the Dragon, we can get a Pale Cascade out of him potentially, or, you know, a couple other things as well. I'm forcing him to use another spell here too. Okay, so 2 Guiding Touches, so he's getting his Dragonling this round, but we can kind of mitigate that because we've got the Frenzied Skitter, which I think I'm just going to play, to be honest. I don't really see any downside to it. We've got Unspeakable Horror that we can use as well.
I'm ready to shine.
Okay, so he uses Tarek. I kind of doubt that he's going to block with Tarek, and if he does, then I can just kill him with Unspeakable Horror. Yep. Yeah, I'm actually okay with him ending the round here because he doesn't get his Dragonling this next round. So this sets him up for kind of a bad attack here. He's gonna have to play another card before. Alright, Zenith Blade, that is okay. We can kind of counteract this though. We're gonna play Garen.
War leaves no room for affections.
Not even for an old friend?
It is time.
Pale Cascade is a problem if he's got Pale Cascade, so this puts him at 2 and 5. So I think I'm pretty safe blocking here.
I stand ready.
I don't want to block in front of the Tarek because Pale Cascade. He could take out my Garen, and I don't have a way to stop that. With the Eye of the Dragon, though, he's got... Did they switch the name? They must have. Discipline of Force. Yeah. Now I think we just have to let this go because he's got Overwhelm. Yeah. No way to save him. Kind of sucks. We do get quite a bit out of him though. And we're just going to end the round there.
What is gained when we return malevolence?
Alright, so we have 2 Frenzied Skitters that we can use here. I'm going to play the Ephemeral one first. And then we can play the second one and get a pretty good attack here. even if he's got something like a Lee Sin. Okay, let's play our second one. We've even got Relentless Pursuit, so we got 5, 9, 12 damage. Or did I do that right? Yeah, 5, 9, 12 damage plus another 8. So I should have done that the other way around. Should have played the non-ephemeral one first, because if he doesn't have a way to block these units, I can use Relentless Pursuit and win the game. Yeah, I just would have got one more damage.
Sure, you're all shiny and majestic, but can you float?
I could certainly try.
Okay, and I think we just win here. I don't think he can stop us. Yeah. Yeah, pretty good gameplay there, to be honest. Get some good use out of the rallies. But had to sacrifice Garen. I'm still kind of learning how to play this deck and get it to its, I guess, fullest potential here. It may just turn into more of a spider deck, to be honest. The Nightfall seems okay. It's really hard to level up Nocturne, though, and get value out of him without the Targon, I guess, help with Diana's followers and things. So that's a bit of an issue, is leveling up Nocturne and finding ways to level him up consistently and get value out of the fearsome units then. It seems like spiders are just generally a little bit more reliable. The spiders are more reliable forms of fearsome. So, yeah, overall the gameplay's been pretty fun, but it seems like most of the games that I win, it's from spider fearsome rather than nocturne fearsome. Alright, so we're going against a Bilgewater Noxus deck. So I could probably expect them to have lots of, like, self-harm, that sort of, not self-harm, but you know, 3 damage to self, 3 damage to enemy nexus, that sort of thing in this deck, along with barrels, so Dreadaway Deckhand, things like that. Opening hand here, not the best. Gonna get rid of, I guess it's okay. I'm gonna keep the Arachnoid Horror as well as the Cursed Keeper here. Both of them are okay targets for Fading Memories.
Explosives primed.
Okay, and we can't do anything about this, so we're just gonna let it go through. Gets us 3 damage on us. Yeah, and we can, I guess, kind of counter this with the Arachnoid Horror this round, so let's play that out. Shouldn't be able to punish us with 2 mana here. It does have the Legion Grenadier, though, which is kind of annoying. I think we're just going to have to pass. We can counteract this with a Fading Memories and Unspeakable Horror if you open attacks here. He'll get his damage in, but we'll be able to at least stop it a little bit. Alright, I'm going to play my Cursed Keeper. He's not going to be able to attack with Misfortune, which is nice. And yeah, we're just going to block like this. Okay, Crescent Guardian's a pretty good unit to have here.
Done yet.
Going to end the round and hope that he runs out of steam before I do. Alright, so Cursed Keeper's okay here. Might just use the Fading Memories right now. In fact, I think I have to. Okay, so he drew all 3 of his Legion Grenadiers, which is really annoying. And yeah, I'm going to end the round. So not much we can do here. We gotta play for Garen this round.
Any gods here?
Ooh, that's a really good counter to Garen. Kind of annoying actually.
For justice, for Demacia.
This is going to prevent him from dealing a ton of damage.
I stand ready.
I'm also going to damage him down to 2 health so that he doesn't have a very good target for his Jack the Winner for his Feed the Fishes here. Okay.
Stay resolute.
Besides his Legion Grenadier.
Lock the doors.
And yeah, I'm gonna use Glimpse Beyond perhaps. Oof. I'm gonna pass here. I want to get value out of his Sleep with the Fishes. He's smart, he'll pass back. He doesn't. Okay, that's not really what I wanted to see, to be honest. Because I wanted him to be below the mana use of Make It Rain. And Noxian Might or whatever, not Noxian Might, but whatever that other card's called, so kind of annoying. He's thinking about whether or not he wants to use it. Okay, he lets me do it. It's awesome. Okay. Now what we can do is level up our Garen. So he could have Noxian Might. I do think it's worth taking out the Misfortune for, though. See what he does. Okay, so he's just trying to level up his, is he not going for it? Alright, 3 of 5. Okay.
Make 'em bleed.
I think the trade is worth me using the Garen for on the Misfortune. And we're going to attack like this.
You and me. Let's go. Try me.
Okay, so he missed.
Never stop.
That's awesome. He missed that, the 2 units I wanted him to miss.
I will not falter.
We are running a little low if he's got like Noxian Guillotine, so we do need to be a little bit worried about that. But we've got a Relentless Pursuit here, and we've got Judgment, so we've got a couple of things that we can play around here. And yeah, so this could get a little bit close here. Yeah, and I don't know that we're going to be able to win now. Annoying.
Noxus lives on.
If he's got a Noxian Guillotine, then we just lose.
Through the coral.
Be right out.
We live here.
Alright, so that's a somewhat good sign. Force him to use it if he's got it. And he surrendered. So 1 HP comeback there. That was getting a little bit close. Yeah, I ended up being able to mitigate a lot of his aggression with our own units, and with Garen and with Nocturne having the -1 in the attack stat. That was really nice. Avoided, I guess, the death of our units from from Make It Rain, so also kind of nice. But yeah, overall, okay gameplay, I think. Hopefully you agree.